I 100% agree with what he's saying, and I agree with where he's going with what he's saying. He's saying like in lesser words, this is how we need to be because we all know the damaging effects of overly religious people. Now religion itself isn't bad. It's the people who, the people who kind of do stuff and they make it bad, or they are bad people, and then it's like people just perceive religion as a whole as a bad, and it's like, no, you just have to. It's the person. But I do agree with that. I agree with that. We need to be more about humanity and less about, it's a tough one because it's a balance. It's a balance. Let me say that. I think we need balance. I think we need to, yes, be about humanity, but at the same time still have laws and things in place. Now, when it comes to being a part of the community, the LGBTQ community, I think that love should be off the table. You should be able to love whoever you want to love. That, like she said, that's not for us to judge who a person loves. That shouldn't be a part of the judge between humanity and religion. Like, that shouldn't even be, but it is, unfortunately. So,
Did you grow up in a Christian household, or both parents? Or when you started to separate from that ideology, did you talk to them about it, or you kind of just shifted it away and they just have to deal with it when they figure that out?
Honestly, I've never really talked to my parents about my perception on it because my parents were always pretty cool with, like, my parents are kind of free spirited. Like, my dad was raised Catholic.
Free spirit.
My dad was raised Catholic and my mom was raised Christian, but they both kind of rebelled in their own way. So my parents were kind of rebels. They always taught us to love people regardless. Like, I would even see my dad, he's a very masculine man, but if I brought like a gay friend home, what's the proper word to use?
Gay friend.
Okay, cool. Like a gay friend around, my dad would be like extra careful with him to let him know, like, we love you still. Like, and I would be surprised, like, okay, dad, like, I like that. Like, very masculine, but he wouldn't treat them any different. He wouldn't.
Because you see them as human before seeing them anyhow.
Yeah, so I love to see that. I'm like, wow, it actually does. So I never grew up, I was never raised hating or looking down on people, but I did question it as a child. Like, it's so funny because I remember being 12 and 13 thinking to myself, like, how do you become this way? Like, how did they become this way? Because I felt so bad about how the people in church treated them. They would, like, make them sit out of the choir. They would take them out of ministry if they were that way.
I don't even remember seeing anybody gay when I was young until I got really older.
No?
I don't recall.
Wow.
Yeah. Because, people hide it so much. And it's been, if you got to pay attention, it's really become open this past 5, 8, 7 years. Before that, in America, people don't care. Like, this is the land of freedom, for real, for real. Because if you guys grow up here, it's fine. But in France, no. You will get beat up. Like, people call you, like, they'll call your name. The guys will beat you up in school. So you better hide yourself. So I never remember seeing any gay or any until I got older. Like, I remember having a friend in Africa. I won't say her name. But yeah. She was a tomboy and she used to like girl. But yeah, she was our neighbor. But she will hide it. Like, she was just because girls in Africa, our moms dress us up as men because they don't want guys to look on us. You know, like young, they just want to hide how, like, private part and stuff. So my mom used to dress me as a little boy. So I wasn't seeing it like this. Do you understand?
Wow.
Yeah. So I just got to really, like, seeing it, like, see how people are free about it in America. Like, when I really, really came here.
What country in Africa are you from?
Ivory Coast. But now in Ivory Coast, it's like, the whole wide world is kind of the same now. You go to Ivory Coast now, you will see people like you.
Really?
You'll see people like me, people like Jay. Like, everybody's doing the same thing in the whole wide world now. But I don't know if it's because of internet or...
The internet, Internet made everything
crazy.
very small.
Yeah.
Made the world very small.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's a good thing. In some other ways, it's bad. It just is what it is.
We can't say anything. Like, you don't even know what you can say. You're scared of saying word. They're so sensitive. Extremely sensitive. Everything is a problem. Oh, you don't like us. Oh, da, da, da. Like, they can say anything about hetero people. Like, people that they can say anything they want. But when it comes to the LGBT community, you cannot say anything. You have to watch your word. You have to, I mean,
is that with you, not speaking English as a first language, is that a little bit more dicey for you?
That's what I was saying. Jay, put some small English for me. What that mean?
It's hard. You're trying to find the right word to say to illustrate your feelings, but at the same time, you never know what word is gonna make someone upset.
Yes, that's a everyday life. That's my everyday life anyway. That right there, and move around because learning a new culture. And
I mean, well, that's the thing about the song in which we're talking about. The trans community is very sensitive. Then you have the gay community that has its own sense of sensibilities, as everyone does, but they don't necessarily agree. And I was talking with the conversation I had not too long ago. Someone said, like the family fights internally, and then they fight with the common enemy outside. That's kind of how they was trying to illustrate the point with the LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, I'm still on that. I feel like they need to be more open. I feel like they're very cool. It's like, let's give you an example, right? I work in customer service, and one time there's a gay couple come to me to ask me something, and at first it was very like, I can tell sometimes they're already ready to fight because they're so used to people to judge them.
They came in ready.
They're already in a defense mode. Then depending the way you take them, then they ease down and then they be cool with you. But at first they be like, there was really like the attitude, the body language and everything. I catch it because I'm very good on body language. And I just, yeah, that's one thing I'm very good. And I was just looking at them and I just helped them very nicely and everything. They was cool. I was like, hey, oh my girl. I'm like, why can't you just be like that from the get-go? Like, why you already assuming that everybody gonna judge you? I know that there been people that judge them, but I feel like they need to get rid of that. That fear is like same thing for a black guy working to a white neighborhood, already thinking white people gonna do wrong to them when some of them don't care.
Yeah,
they really don't care.
Yeah,
don't put everybody in the same thing. I know it's hard to say than do, but some people out there don't care.
Well, I would think somebody would say that's a natural defense mechanism.
Yeah.
I mean, well, if you've been robbed before, are you wrong for crossing the street when you see a pack of people coming? Right. It's a slippery slope, but I understand what you're.
Yeah, because she's okay. So even if we were to use those two that analogy to her story, it's like, okay, well, crossing the street doesn't necessarily. Well, I guess it could. If you pay attention, it may offend you, but like versus someone walking up to you with like an attitude.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, calm down.
Yeah.
But I also thought about race too, because honestly, I feel like the fact that the world is evolving to be more open, and if we are gonna, we're choosing to be more open and accepting of that community, I think it's right to kind of go through this phase of letting them have their sensitivity. Because if we think about it like race, and if we put black people in that category, because we once were there, we still kind of are, but we once were there, and it's like, well, how would you feel if people were making slick offenses about your race? Then we would turn up too, like, So I kind of look at it like that. This is a new community. The world is evolving, just like the world had to evolve and eventually get to the point where we can't see race as a conflict. Now it's like it's not race anymore. Now it's who you choose to love. So I kind of, not exactly, but I see some of it the same. Like, okay, and parallels, yeah. I can understand why they can get sensitive, because if it were, you get what I'm saying, like. I don't personally take anything sensitive because I see it from all different perspectives. But, just putting myself in their shoes, I can understand,
Okay, it's time to get a little messy.
Favorite part. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, problematic question. A woman told me that the trans community does makeup or applies makeup better than women do because they need more makeup to project womanhood.
Oh, okay. I think that makes sense.
Now, do you guys agree with that? Yes,
I don't. You go first.
No, go ahead. But I be talking a lot. Go ahead.
I don't agree, but I can understand. I don't feel like that is. I think it depends on the talent of the individual, regardless of your gender, race, any of that. So
okay.
For some reason, men turn to do things better than women sometimes. Like if you go in the food area, the chefs, the man, right? I don't know what it is, but I don't fully agree. But I can understand that they're always trying to be better than women for some reason. Like a gay guy, they're always a little extra.
Yeah.
A little extra than the woman. Because they always overdo, like for people to see that they're women, you know? So they're gonna put extra makeup on to feel overly like a woman, fully
present more
as
a lady.
But some of them are great on doing the makeup, but some of them, no, it doesn't work at all. Yeah. No. So
it doesn't work as masculine their masculine traits.
Still too much. It's like makeup is at the end of the day for me, makeup is not supposed to you're supposed to put makeup to kind of souligner, how you say souligner, to kind of to contour your beauty. You're not supposed to create another beauty of you, like another person, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you put makeup on, you still you, but you just like you get it exactly what you already have. But some people just create a whole nother human of themselves.
Yeah.
So that's two different things, and that's what most trans people do. And I'm not saying it's bad, but I feel like it is what it is.
Have you been to a drag show?
Did I? Because I live a lot of life, so let me see.
Live a lot of lives, okay.
No, I don't think so. I think I did for some reason, but I'm not sure.
Now, you had fun. I know it's fun. I know it's fun.
Yeah. Makeup was definitely overdone, though.
You said overdone?
Oh, yeah.
Was it done as a characteristic or like Halloween extreme?
True. Okay. I can see that. It was definitely more characteristic.
With got to choose my words carefully here. Have you ever had a fallout with a person from the LGBTQ plus community based on their sensitivities? No. What about? Have you ever had like a talk about, or talks about how they relate to each other in relationships, opposed to like heterosexual people? Like, why do lesbians move in so fast?
Oh, lesbian move fast? Please let me know about that. They move fast?
Are you trying to get married?
No, I just want to know what we talk about.
That's a thing though. Lesbians move in together.
Well, not necessarily lesbians, but the gay community move in. They move in pretty fast.
For real?
Yeah.
Like with each other?
Yeah, like they'll meet each other on Tuesday, and then they'll be moved in by Friday, and each other's emergency contact on Saturday.
For real? Oh wow! No,
I'm joking, but that's
you joking. It's still kind of scarce a little bit. Maybe it's just like a survival thing. It's like I found somebody like me, hey, like another black person, hey. We're friends.
But when it comes to heterosexual relationships, people don't necessarily move that fast. As far as committing to someone, why do you think that is?
That is a great question because I've honestly never thought about that.
I think it's maybe coming from rejection.
That's powerful. Yeah, it's something deep. It's a deep rooted issue because
when you suffer rejection, you always want to feel loved by someone.
Okay.
You don't want to be lonely.
That's fair.
And it makes sense because they experienced the most rejection, so that's why when they meet, it's like, okay, yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Ooh, like kind of like trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding. Oh my god.
That makes sense.
But then I also don't want to give the message that
they all hurt. Yeah.
Most are hurt, but not all of them. Like I said, don't always put everybody in the same.
I mean, all of us are hurt in some form.
Oh yeah, no, even people that have to be gay or anything. Yeah, human being regular. We are.
Moving to the next question. Still staying messy. Oh! Look, let her hair down.
It's starting to hurt.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, both of you ladies like to dance.
How you know that?
I know you.